Hey, Phil from Got Memories here. Okay, so Hi8, specifically Sony Hi8 metal particles, these MP tapes, metal particles, this particular one here, oh my God. Just oxidizing, the tapes are coming unglued, basically, microscopically speaking, but they're just clogging the video head. So when you capture this format, you have to, especially with these tapes, like if you've got Fuji tapes, TDKs, they're more stable, but all these different tape formats after all these years, I got Birdie here. I know it's time to go home. All right, this is your telltale sign. After you captured your footage, you've got to check, like this is a 2-hour tape, potentially 120 minutes. So the way that you figure out, once you've captured, you've got to scrub back through all of this content here. And this is from 1993, so 2025 right now, we're talking 32 years old, okay? So you can see, like, issues happening here with the blue screen and this. Birdie boy, no, okay? See, look, you're starting to see it, clogging the video heads. This glitchiness, and then it starts to become a snowstorm. There we go. That's what you've got to keep your eyeballs on. You've got to watch this stuff, 20 years ago, not a problem. Nowadays, it is just non-stop. So like you're starting to see it glitch. And this customer couldn't get anything off of their tapes. But I'm having to keep a hawk eye on this stuff, especially, capturing it. Look, picture's gone. Hour and 14 minutes in. So all this collective time, and it is just, all this could have footage. Birdie, I know you've been potties and you just want to go home. I know it's late. I know it's late. It's bedtime. I know, but we've got to get this annoying job done. Okay, so right here is where it starts to go. Okay, and then the picture craps out. So what I've got to do is rewind this. This takes forever to rewind. I've got to find the exact point of where this ended. And then I've got to clean the head, restart everything, cleaning tape, or just use your fingernail or whatever. And, and then I've got to find this exact point where the dropout is. I mean, honestly, it's just easier to do the whole original tape. But look, you can see it happening here. Where is it? Anyway, so yeah, that tape's just a scrub. And then everything else I checked. And then this one over here, same thing again. So you start to see all of this stuff. This is 94, so this is 31 years old. Shelf life of look, there's dropouts there with the blue. See, look, you can see the time, blue. Where does it start? Okay, look, a good minute, 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, and then it's back. And it could be where the customer's taken the tape out, rewatched the tape, hasn't queued it up correctly, and then they just left all this gap. But you've got to find this out, period. Because customers come back and they're like, oh, there's missing footage of the only copy of the thing of the grandpa when he put up the statue and then he did the speech. And then, this is the importance of making sure all of this, with a fine-tooth comb, every minute, every second is checked. See, look, it's happening here. Look, this tape, because there are problems right here, I know that those blue gaps there is missing footage. That is on me to fix. Like any video transfer company out there that you're hiring, or if you're doing this yourself, of course you've got that gray area of like, do I even want to bother with this? But if you're taking money from people and you're charging exactly the rate you should be charging, none of this like $5, $10, $20, even $25, $30. I mean, dude, just the more you pay and the higher the Google reviews, legitimacy and going through, taking the time. Because look, there it goes. So the audio's there and the picture's back. And look, you can see all these little speckles. I mean, Video 8 and Hi8 are the most stable of all the formats. They're all deteriorating. All have got potential issues. You get unicorn tapes, but look, picture's gone. This is unacceptable. A professional is going to be checking this because it is fixable. But you've got to clean the video heads. You've got to rewind, hold it down for like, just for like, 20 minutes trying to find this exact point where she's got the water gun and she's shooting the thing, and you've got to link it up and go, there we go, onwards. And then you've got to edit all these clips together. Anyone doing this correctly knows exactly what I'm talking about. And you're like, hell yeah. But this crap right here is what the mainstream transfer companies and even mom and pops are doing it as well. You've got to have eyeballs on everything in 2025 when I'm making this video. Shelf life of these videotapes are, people are just, this whole tape, look, it's just a mess. So it's got to be redone. It has to be redone. Sometimes I do tapes 3, 4, 5 times over with like 10 different stops in them, trying to find the pieces together. What's the point otherwise? Look, there's all this. I mean, I'm just going to cut this. And then I'm going to create a file. And for those of you out there that are like, oh, Elgato, like you could be up K4 resin this and doing all the... No, people don't want to pay. Give offers. But it's what people are willing to pay. I mean, it's already time consuming as it is to recreate all that stuff. People don't want to spend $50,000 transferring their home movies. No, it doesn't take that long. Then start your own business. Okay, fine. Moving on from the trolls out there that are sitting in the basement digitizing their home movies or think they've got some expertise, but yet they've never started a business. Go for it. You'll soon find out. All of these videotapes, they're all degrading. I've been doing this for 22 years. 20 years ago, not a problem. You can hit play, record, walk away, put it on DVD, never a problem, rarely. I don't put things on DVD anymore because it's just such an unreliable, like you can't stop it. When you capture it, you can't scrub back and forth. So forget DVD. That is a done thing. And there you go. You calm down now. There we go. Said all the time, this is a constant rotation of fixing and cleaning equipment. My workbench here just constantly pulling. Look at this. This was the other day. Someone had cut all their tapes or they'd split in their player and they kept putting more tapes in. It kept breaking. And then they're like, I'm going to go on YouTube. Not my YouTube. And they found someone and they're like, oh yeah, just tape them back together. And they like wrapped them around and then it got jammed in their player. Then it was jammed in my player. I find all these splices. I have to rewind, fast forward, find all these spots, cut, splice, you name it. It's all a giant pain in the ass. And this is why any reputable company, God, yesterday, audio tapes. I don't even advertise. I do audio tapes. I do sometimes with people that are bundling other stuff. I'm like, just give me the tape. Of course, I say, yeah, I'll do the one tape. And then it's broken. So I got to unscrew everything and carefully, oh my God, just unscrewing these things is a nightmare. Everything's a bloody nightmare. So anyway, so that gives you an idea. If you have Video 8 or Hi8 on these Sony metal particle tapes, they are a red flag. They are deteriorating like mad. If you're transferring them yourself, doing a DIY, you're getting blue screen, all this kind of stuff is because the heads are dirty and they need constantly cleaning. It's like going to the car wash, getting your car clean, driving it 10 miles and complaining and going, oh, it's dirty. Yeah, as this rotates around the head, it is getting clogged. So I got videos on all of the things you need to do to unclog heads. It is all different based on the model of your camcorder, taking it to pieces. The cleaning tapes are, quite abrasive on the heads. They're a quick fix. They're $100 each for head cleaners that are sealed. You can't buy them, like, if they're used once. It's a once-use thing. But, yeah, these metal particle tapes are a pain. TDKs, fine. I don't usually have issues, but you never say never. But all of this stuff is a giant pain in the backside. Digital 8, number one for problems. VHS-C, literally even with Digital 8. Nightmare, especially if they're recorded in EP or LP. Just a cheap jack format. And if you've got generic brand tapes you picked up in the bargain bin at Blockbuster Video or the Blue Light Special at Kmart, and you're like, oh, it's a 10-pack of tapes for $4. Those generic tapes just deteriorating like mad. BSAF tapes, oh my God, those things that you put them in a VCR and I've got videos on that where they just flake off and just a nightmare. So here we are, a new year, 2025. If you're watching this many years later, you know that it's just gotten even worse. This isn't getting any better with time. It's getting worse. Parts, players, labor to repair all the equipment. Nightmare. I'm probably going to have to clean all the heads on these manually now, on those two specifically. Got to rewind the tapes in the end. Honestly, I'm just going to rewind them because I can't sit there and hold rewind for like 45 minutes just going, okay, when is the thing going to try and find the exact point? I just then keep super duper eyeballs on everything. But you literally have to sit next to these things. I knew these were going to be a problem when I got them in, and the customers had problems as well. Yes, falling to pieces, all of this stuff. If you are looking for a video transfer company, you've got to see insanely good reviews through Google Maps, and you've got to speak to the person. Hopefully they're telling you, yes, I am recovering audio, picture when problems arise. If they're not, it's a waste of time. You might as well just burn your money. Also, making sure that the owner has their shit together, because one lost tape out of this, it could be your wedding, your kid's birth. I have to listen all the time. Oh my God, they gave me other people's tapes back. They lost half my tapes. I got different people's files back. I didn't get my stuff back. They went out of business. I can't get hold of them. No customer service, no emailing. And I look up on Google Maps and I'm like, dude, the DMV and Taco Bell down the road has a higher Google score than this place you just entrusted with the only copy of your family memories that you would run back into your burning house to collect. You just handed over to a P.O. box off of a Facebook ad, or God forbid, you handed over to Legacy Box, Kodak Digitizing, South Tree Studios. They're all the same shite company. iMemories, any of these corporate companies, hiring and firing minimum wage workers that do not care. They're unskilled, untrained. But yeah, if you're doing this yourself, it's going to take you a lot of time, patience. If you would like me to do this or get a quote, if you're kicking tires, looking for the cheapest quote, don't waste your time filling anything out. And I say that without sounding like a cocky asshole, but seriously, this is time, money, equipment. I could put all these tapes in across the board and it just screws everything up. And now I've got to spend money, time getting tapes out of players that are gunked up. If you've not stored your stuff in climate control conditions in the house, in AC, climate control, good luck. You got to put that in the quote form if you're going to fill it out with me, and be honest, because I do ask for a picture so I can see the fading of the white labels. That there's so many telltale signs where I know people aren't telling me the truth where they've been, because it accelerates the problems. So I like to be on the nail with a quote, very little margin for, oh, sorry, I don't play that game. I like to just go, right, this is it. It's going to be less than that. If they're blank or untransferable. What else? Yeah, just due diligence, because I've had 3 people on the phone today that are crying about things that are just so basic to check. Yes, that company's crap. Did you not see the reviews? Oh my God, and now they're paying again. And now I charge more. I charge more for people that have had their tapes transferred through other companies. So if you're thinking I'll give it a go with another company, and then you hand it over to me, I see barcodes on them from other companies, like what numpty has got their hands on these and screwed with them. Yeah, so buyer beware, 2025 has gone off with a bang. I've just had nothing but problems. And also, I've got a job here, Betamax. There's mold on it. These are from 1984, 85. Let's have a look here. If any of your tapes have mold on them, the companies have just rejected them, not even putting them in the players. And they are also keeping the money. So they just look at it and they go, yep, I'm keeping all your money. Here goes another one here. But these can be cleaned. They can be restored by a professional. All cleaning of mold and stuff is not... every company is not, some places are like, oh yeah, we're cleaning mold off for $30. Yeah, but when it looks like crap, are they really putting their best effort in? So you've got to have somebody with a head, passion for this, heart, and is really passionate about this stuff. So if you've got someone in your local area, around the world, wherever you are, that is like me, that is just like, no, dude, especially the people that know me on YouTube that are like, oh yeah, Phil, yeah, you know that they're going through all the steps to make sure, and they're charging a lot of money. Like this days of cheap transfers are over, and the proof of that is Legacy Box, Kodak Digitizing, Southtree, iMemories, Scan Cafe, Dig My Pics. Who are all these other companies? There's another one, Current Pixel. That damn company. I did an extensive couple videos on them, and then they're sending me legal letters. Yeah, Current Pixel. Blah, blah, blah. You know, they're all trying to hide behind the excuses. So you've got to do your homework. And if you've had stuff back from other companies and it's blue screen and all this kind of stuff, and they've told you, no, that's all that's on the tape, get a refund. Contact your credit card company, do a chargeback immediately, because they're not doing the work that you've paid for. But then again, if you've paid $6 a tape, I'm sorry, but all you're buying is a sticker. Like with the Legacy Box, they stick a sticker on there saying it can't be transferred, and you are shit out of luck. You will not get a refund. You might get a dribble of a refund to shut you up, but yeah. Anyway, that's enough of my ranting tonight, because whenever I see this stuff, and I rant in all my videos, waving the flag, hey, this is not straightforward anymore. Yes, you get unicorn tapes. Yes, your job might go perfectly, but chances are you're doing it for, you're choosing a quality company for the ifs. Sorry, for the when and if problems arise. If it does happen, they are there on the dialed in to go, yep, I recognize this and I'm redoing it. And you got one copy of this stuff. You might have one go at this. If you choose the wrong company, you might never see your stuff again. I hear it again and again and again. So that's why I get so passionate in my voice, because I'll talk to 3 people like today that are just whining on about, yes, of course that happened, because there's about 400 other reviews with exactly the same story, and you didn't read the reviews. You just sent it off thinking $400, you're going to get all this stuff done for $400. What were you thinking? And you didn't check the reviews. Oh my God. Yeah, just craziness. Anyway, if you want it done right with like anything in life, you get what you pay for. You buy cheap, you buy 2, 3, 4 times over. But you've got to check Google Maps for reviews. Not google.com, because you're going to see all the ads for these companies, and you get retargeted, and everything that you go on the internet with are going to be coming up with all that crap. It's a scam. It is just a grift. It is shit. Okay, so do your homework. I don't care if you choose me or whoever you choose, or you're doing it yourself. You got to make sure all this stuff is covered, because we're talking 30, 40, 50 years old now. Hasn't been played in that amount of time. So what do you, I mean, I say to people, when was the last time you played these tapes? They're like, never. It's from 1987, so we're talking 38 years. The wheels haven't turned. And I say, it's like buying a car off eBay that's 30 years old with a 30-year-old gas tank, gas in it from 1995, and thinking, let's do a road trip. This thing's going to be great. Put some air in the tires, go. No. And if you're buying equipment, you're going to have to buy 5, not 3. I used to say 3, now 5, because all this stuff is just breaking down. You can take the parts from one to the other. They're all crap on eBay. Assume it doesn't work. Over and over. Anyway, do what you need to do to make sure your stuff is safe and transferred with a good, conscientious head, heart, all that stuff. And if you want me to, do it for you, I'm here. But yeah, tire kickers, don't waste your time filling out the quote form, because it's going to be, expensive. But a lot cheaper than what you paid for all the cameras, all the blank tapes, all the vacations around the world, scuba diving trips, dance recitals, People drop 10 grand in dance recitals over a year for their kids. And then there's one videotape, and they're like, the wedding tape. You paid 3 grand to have a videographer like video your wedding and like you're barking at, you know, $50, $40, whatever, $100, whatever the number is. Like you pay it to make sure it's done correctly. So I don't give pricing out on the YouTube videos because these videos stay up forever. And as things get worse and worse, price is only going to go up. As parts dwindle, players dwindle, the factories stopped making parts 30 years ago. Tim next to me, he might retire soon. It's bleak. The outlook is bleak with all of this stuff. And there is still a massive amount of media still out there with people kicking the tires and just going, maybe next year, the year after. I don't know. It's just going to get worse. As all of these mainstream companies and small companies are showing because they're having a hard time getting clear picture and audio. Like Current Pixel, that video I redid. And it was clear as day with me, but with the crap that they did, and they're blaming the tape. It's the players and the tapes, but the monitoring, come on, guys. Anyway, enough of my ranting. These boys are gonna, hey. All right, you ready to go home? You ready to go? Want to get going? Oh, God. Bye.